I don't give a fuck. I don't like your jerk off name. I don't like your jerk off face. I don't like your jerk off behavior. And I don't like you jerk off.
And we're back, cunts.
All right.
What's happening, honey?
What's happening? I can't hear myself as loud as I hear you. It's because my headphones are turned down.
Headphones up, bro.
Damn.
That could help.
Damn, I can hear me now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now let's try to get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard.
Whatever.
You got to turn the volume up if you're going to want to hear it, bro.
Whatever. I'm sorry I'm deaf, okay? What's happening, honey?
A lot, dude. What a fucking week.
How has your week been?
I'm working on a fucking stroke, I think.
I got blood pressure medicine if you want it.
I don't.
I don't take it half the time anyway, so you can.
You're supposed to, but yeah.
I know. And I think I fucked myself today because there was one time that I got real dizzy out of nowhere.
That's good.
I've decided that when that happens, it's because my blood pressure spikes.
Mm.
But I was literally just like standing there pumping gas, and all of a sudden everything got real fuzzy.
Hazy.
Yeah. And so I had to like lock the gas pump in place and go sit in my car for a second to like
balance out.
To try to chill the fuck out. And it took a minute.
Well, that's good. I feel safe with you driving around like that.
I wasn't driving. I was pumping gas. I was fine.
Yeah.
I had already decided if you were at jiu-jitsu. If I try to text you or call you, it's not like you could have been there.
Answered. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
You know what?
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Exactly. No, I already thought about all that, and I was like, listen. And I was talking to myself. I'm like, listen, if this doesn't get better in like a few minutes, I'm gonna text one of my coworkers, be like, hey, this is where I am.
Send an ambulance.
And don't you dare send an ambulance because we are closer to not my hospital.
Ambulance.
A different hospital. This has been one hell of a week, babe.
It has.
It has legit been one hell of a week.
Starting with, I guess, our HOA.
How do we even start? So prior to this week, last week even, while we were on vacation.
Fucking thing sucks.
We were near Canada.
Yeah.
So nowhere near home.
Yeah.
And we just randomly get an email saying that we have a violation and there's an immediate hearing within the next 24 hours.
But I don't know if you noticed, but on the letter that we got, it said you had to respond like 24 hours in advance. Right. But the hearing was literally
like that
like
night.
26 hours away.
It's
retarded. Are you fucking with me?
They were
and
trying
you know
to.
What it was like, and what it was for? It wasn't even for anything major.
No.
It's because there was one tiny little section of our house that needed to be pressure washed.
Yep. That was it. And then, so ruined that day of vacation just because of the way they send the message. And it's HOAs are people that are in those board of directors. They give themselves, fancy sounding titles because they really have no real power. And then that little bureaucratic bullshit fucking power that they kind of grasp is really what they hold on to. And they're a bunch of fucking dickheads usually that were probably picked on in school, And
it's so ridiculous because we pay HOA fees, but there's literally nothing that
They do absolutely nothing.
Like we don't have a pool. We have a small playground that really requires very, very little upkeep.
And they don't do that. They had trash. People complained that trash wasn't being picked up in the playground. So these window lickers' decision to solve that problem was to remove the trash can.
Yeah, their solution was just, no more trash can.
No more trash can. No more trash can. No more trash, right? It's like, no.
So that's one less thing they even have to do.
Just tell our kids, be like, whenever you're there, you purposely fucking litter. Okay?
It's like...
In fact, if you need to take a shit, just fucking drop trousers, go nuts.
Drop trow, you good.
But
It's just
So
stupid
they
because
suck.
like
They legit suck. They don't do anything. They don't upkeep and the fucking retention ponds and all this other shit they're supposed to. No one calls them out on it.
right.
And then you get these fucking old cunts with a little bit of power and they think they're gonna fucking intimidate me until they run into that brick wall.
And like somebody has the time and energy and may or may not be getting paid to literally drive around and take pictures of all of our houses and of the
Broski,
like.
listen, we have a castle doctrine here in our state. And if I ever fucking see anyone stepping on my property with a camera to take pictures, I don't give a fuck if you're an HOA.
They don't even get out of their cars.
I still don't give a fuck. If I ever see them taking pictures, I'm gonna get out there and get in front of them and be like, hey, I have kids here, you fucking
Yeah.
like, why are you taking pictures of my house with my kids? Can you explain that? I'll make it really fucking awkward.
Oh, and it's ridiculous because literally the pictures that they like, I pulled up their little our account on the website or whatever, and the pictures that they have as proof of our violations are like the most pixelated, like poorly taken pictures ever that are clearly from a vehicle still in the middle of our street.
Man.
Like it's
So anyway,
that's been a big stress for our week.
So I called while on vacation. I called the management company. And the first lady that answered, I was like, hey, I know this isn't your fault, but I'm fucking pissed. And I don't think I raised my voice, and I don't think I was very mean to her because one, wasn't her fault. You know, she was just some fucking call center person. But, you know, she was logical and we talked and we went over the violation and I explained, hey, we are miles and miles and miles away from home. As soon as we are on our way home, I'll make the arrangements and it'll be fucking handled within a day or two, which it fucking was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I literally called on the way home, called on Sunday. People came out Monday to give us an estimate, and then we're here Wednesday to do the power washing.
Yeah. So then, and then Wednesday we submitted all this photo evidence and this and that, and it's like, oh, the ticket is closed. And early in the morning, I receive 2 separate fucking emails.
Sorry, my mouth is full. Looking at the timing of those emails, I'm pretty sure someone, like minutes after I submitted those pictures, sent you those initial emails.
And both of them were very, like, the language was copy and paste. It was the same email twice that said, hey, thank you for handling. Thank you for doing what you said you were going to do, but we're still going to have a hearing, and the board of directors may or may not impose fines on you per day.
We're still going to talk about you at our next meeting because we don't have shit else to talk about.
And then as soon as I received the second email with the same language, I got pretty pissed and I Karened out a little bit. But at that point, you know, I already had my buddy. I'm not going to say name or anything, but he's a lawyer. I gave him a heads up. I was like, hey man, like they're trying to intimidate me and I'm not going to stand for that. Can we flex your muscle a little bit?
Yeah.
And I think he was in the middle of a deposition, so he didn't answer me right away. But later on, he's like, yeah, buddy, you still need my help and this and that. But at the point, I literally was just like, listen, that's fine. We can have this meeting, this bullshit. What did I label it? A fucking bullshit power trip fallacy or something.
Yeah, that was my favorite. Was he called it a power trip?
Fuck you. You're a bunch of nerds that have a little bit of power. Like, I will fucking choke every one of you. You know what I mean? Like,
it's funny because they're probably all like
old as fuck, and
they're probably all like just like retired people. Like they retired from their desk jobs.
I think the name is retarded.
Whatever, retired, retarded, same thing.
But yeah, no, you're not gonna intimidate me. And most people shit their pants when like people like give them any sort of confrontation, as opposed to me. Like I hit my head on that fucking wall, and I'm like, all right, well, we're just gonna headbutt until one of us gives up.
Well, because when you really think about it, like,
fuck them.
It's beyond ridiculous for the amount that we pay in HOA fees.
They don't do shit.
They don't do jack shit.
No one calls them out on their bullshit.
And it's not like our house is covered in mold and mildew. And like there was literally like one little section that had a little bit on it, but like
it's fine. Like it was power washed. The house looks great now anyway. Like the whole thing looks great.
And it also annoys me that this is not the first time, but we've gotten a letter about our lawn before. But like literally, we pay a guy to come mow our lawn
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, he mows on the same day, and it's happened before.
They catch it.
Like,
they catch it in the off week, and they're just like, "This isn't edged." I'm like, just wait 2 days.
They'll take a picture the day before or even the morning of that he mows.
I think that day was the morning of, actually.
Yeah, and then they'll mail it to us. And by the time they mail it to us, it's like, fuck you guys, it's already been mowed.
Yeah.
Like, y'all have nothing better to do than to drive around and take pictures of. And literally, it's only been 2 weeks, so it's not like it's ridiculously overgrown.
No, it's not. It never is.
Otherwise, we would pay him to do it every week.
Yeah. And if I need him to be here in an off week, I literally can say, "Hey, man."
Also, it's my fucking house and my property.
Yeah,
I pay for it.
Do not ever purchase in an HOA.
Unless you know every single detail of what you're getting yourself into. Because
Or don't. Just don't. Because, like, fucking small-minded and small-statured fucking nerdy losers are going to exercise a fake power that they think they're entitled to over your shit as an adult. And I'm sorry, but, like, I'm paying my bills. I'm paying my mortgage. I'm paying the HOA fees that I disagree with, too. So kindly go fuck yourself and drive around the neighborhood. There are people's lawns that are like fucking knee deep.
Oh, and apparently, not just lawns. The grass behind our property, like literally right behind our fence,
they don't mow that.
Is about thigh deep. But I don't think it's all HOAs, because I was bitching to my boss yesterday and today about it.
Yeah.
And she was like, dude, my family member lives in an HOA, and there are houses in the neighborhood that are covered in like mold and mildew and shit, and they don't do anything about it.
Because they probably have people like me that are actually busy, like being contributing
and people
members
that probably
of
actually live in the neighborhood. Like, I wonder if any of these people that are on this HOA board of members actually live in the fucking neighborhood.
2 of them do.
Do they? Do you know where they live?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
For sure, no, I don't.
For safety reasons, because there may or may not be an order from this website called dickatyourdoor.com
Nice.
that I'll be
Oh my
gifting.
God, can we do that?
Yes, this is America. We can do whatever we want.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, listen, Dick at your door for a little context time. They will mail. That was gross.
I don't know why I did that.
It wasn't even
sorry.
a snort.
I was so sorry. I don't know why I did that.
No, so Dick at your door, they will send giant chocolate dicks that look pretty real.
And you can get white chocolate or milk chocolate.
That's
or dark
right.
chocolate. I think you can get all kinds of
There
shapes
was
and
one-
sizes and colors of chocolate.
That's true. There was one that was rainbow colored for a while.
Hell yeah.
And then they also have a card that once you open it is a glitter bomb with like dick shaped glitters.
Nice.
And it just keeps making fucking sex noises. You can't turn it off.
I was going to ask that because I've seen those that like as soon as you open it, they don't stop. You can rip it, you can do whatever, and it just won't.
It just has to run its thing out.
Won't stop.
You can also just like dunk it in water and it would stop. But like most people don't think about that.
They're not going to think about that in the moment. That's hilarious.
So yeah, fun fucking things like that. But yeah, as soon as I said, hey, let me know. Also, I wishful thinking. I hope that they are one of our hundreds of listeners.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
We don't have a lot of listeners, but I do hope you are in my HOA, and I hope you're one of them. But where was I going with this?
I don't know.
Hold on.
You haven't even opened your White Claw yet.
I haven't. Also, like, why did you buy me this fucking drink, bro?
Oh, because it was 8% and it was a bigger can. I wasn't really paying attention or thinking.
Have pretty big cans, but like you
off.
also don't put that in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I was not even looking or thinking about the brand. I was thinking about the fact that one was 8%. And so was the drink I got for myself.
Yeah.
And I was trying to even it out.
You didn't get yourself a fucking drink.
I got myself a Red's Apple Ale that's already gone.
I mean, I got a blood orange
seltzer. Whatever. Are you gay now because you took a sip?
I think I got to finish the whole thing and then
say yes.
I grow tits.
Yes, bitch.
I go from man boobs to D cups.
Is that all it takes? I'll chug one of those if I get D cups from that.
Well, you go the other way. You're going to get smaller man boobs and a beard.
So my chest is going to be like
Shrink in.
inverted because
And it's going to get hairy. Things will get hairy.
that's fucked up.
Hey, man.
I would still love you if you had
You'll be able to play real sports.
I would fuck you. I would still love you if you had D cups. Would you still love me if my boobs shrunk?
I would love you if you had D cups.
I know. That's not the point.
I would still love you if you had D cups. That's absolutely true. You're right. You're right. I mean, I would make that sacrifice for both of us. I would. I would.
Just give me your D cups.
I think, yeah. I think we could.
That'd be nice.
You know? Get my hairy tits on those. You know.
I don't want mine hairy though.
Comes with the property. You're going to have to shave the bad boys down. You know?
Yeah, I don't want hairy tits. Sorry.
You know.
I'll stick with my little itty bitty titty committee. I'm on the board of directors for that.
Oh Lord. But
How
no.
was your okay, enough about the HOA and getting pissed off.
Yeah.
So my work week was interesting.
Okay.
I worked yesterday on a different floor. I was floated and I was charged on a different floor, which was weird.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anybody.
We'll do it live. Fuck
Yeah, I didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that floor. I didn't know what I was doing, but we figured it out. It was fine.
I'm actually fine.
Today, I was helping one of my coworkers with a patient. We were helping get them in the room.
Get your fat ass
We
up
went to
there,
the emergency room to pick them up. We were going up the elevator.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, we're going to the top floor. We're going to the penthouse. We always make that joke. Almost always they
You
get
guys
that
are so
joke.
creative.
That we're going to the penthouse because we're the top floor.
Ooh.
And she said, and she's from New Jersey and she has a thick accent. And she said, oh, you guys have a terrorist?
A what?
Yeah. I heard terrorist.
Okay.
And so very quickly I go, no. And then my coworker who's with me, she goes, yeah, sometimes we all wish. And in my head, I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you wish we had a terrorist? Like, you don't say that.
You're so blonde.
You don't say that.
How about no?
And then like they're like chit-chatting and giggling, and then we walk out of the elevator, and then it clicks in my dumb little brain.
Yeah.
She said, do we have a terrace?
You are.
We're in the penthouse. Is there a terrace?
You're a genius.
And then like at that point it was way
Did you
too
go back and you were like, oh,
Yeah. At that point it was way too late. So I start like giggling to myself, and they look at me like I'm stupid, and then I like face palm, and my coworker's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I whispered in her ear, I thought she said terrorist.
I thought she meant we like planes were gonna crash in this bitch.
And of course, like my idiot mind, I'm like, she's from New Jersey, so she hears the top floor. She's like, oh, maybe like 9/11, the terrace.
Oh,
the
you
top
reached far for that
I
one.
reached really, really, really far for that one.
You know that the like Twin Towers were in New York, not
I know.
New Jersey, right?
But New Jersey's closer to that than we are.
Yes.
So it was even further of a reach. I know. Why are you moving your foot?
Because I don't want to play footsie, bro.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. But yeah, so I thought my patient said terrorist, and she did not. And then another patient. So for early in the morning, the same coworker, actually, interestingly enough, comes up to me. She's like, hey, listen, like this patient wants to go outside and smoke. I've told him, we're a tobacco-free facility. You can't smoke. You definitely can't leave the floor, especially to go smoke. These are your, whatever. I mean, he stays. And then.
Why not, though?
Huh?
Why? Was he like immobile?
No. He was completely like ad-lib, alert, and oriented. He was great.
So why not let him go to the terrace?
Because we don't let people leave at all. Because they have IVs in, and you could leave and inject yourself in your IV with drugs.
Oh.
And although this guy just wanted to smoke a cigarette,
Yeah.
we can't encourage that because that's bad for your health.
Fair.
But also, like, we can't just be like, oh, you don't seem like a drug addict. Sure, you go outside and do what you want.
You look honest.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Right. So it's just a blanket rule. Like, you can't leave the floor or the unit without a doctor's order. And you definitely can't leave the hospital.
What if the doctor ordered some Marlboros, bro?
Then we'd have to have a talk with that doctor. But we were at lunch.
Shuts you fucking nurses down.
we were at lunch, and I was already like busy and overwhelmed and just like done with the day.
Yeah.
So we were at a late lunch at like 2:00, and I get a phone call, and it's like, hey, this same patient in the same room is kind of being a butthole to the CNA.
Okay.
So immediately I get up and I storm out to where he is.
You motherfucker.
And like somebody else called me that. Yeah. Somebody else called me that was in the back, and they're like, hey, do you want me to close up your salad you're eating for lunch? I was like, sure, I don't give a shit. I'll come back, finish it in a minute. I'm in the middle of something.
I'm getting stupid loose.
So I'm talking to him and I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, listen, dude, like you know you can't smoke. What are you doing? And he's like, I can't eat. So I really want to go smoke a cigarette.
Wouldn't
and I'm
that
like,
suppress your appetite more?
Well, that's what he says. He said, I'm hungry because I can't eat. So I want to smoke a cigarette because I know that would suppress my appetite.
Okay.
I'm like, listen, I get that, dude. But like,
No.
it's just hospital. It's our hospital's policy. Like you can't leave the floor.
How about no?
And he was like, what if I just step in the stairwell and smoke a cigarette there?
How about no?
Like then I'll call security and they'll come escort you back to your room.
And beat you.
I didn't say that part. I just said they'll escort you back to your room.
Oh, you want him to sneak up
And
on
like
him?
he's like laughing about it. He's like, well, fine, then I'll just open the windows in my room and smoke out there.
How about no?
Right. And I'm like, dude, listen, there are patients on oxygen not far from you. If you light up a cigarette in your room, there's like a risk that you're gonna blow up the whole floor.
That's fucking illegal.
And he starts giggling.
You,
And I'm like, dude, I'm like, okay, like I know. And then his nurse was with me, and it's like it was the nurse, the CNA, and me. We're all talking to this man, and the nurse was like, listen, because I've already talked to you before. Because then he was trying to be like, oh, because I said you really don't need to be like threatening stuff like that. You're putting all of us at risk. It's a safety thing.
Can you guys strap him down at that point?
No, because he's alert and oriented, and not. I guess at that point he is kind of a harm to us.
If he's
or
going to
himself.
potentially blow up the hospital, he's a harm to everyone.
Touche.
No?
But the nurse was like, listen, because I've talked to you, like, blah, 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 blah. So many people have talked to you about this. And
Stop
I
being a
said,
bitch.
you can leave AMA. And he was like, okay, I'm going to sign the paper and leave AMA.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, that means against medical advice, and you can't come back. Like, you have to go in through the ER and start this whole process over.
I mean,
Because he thought he was just going to sign the paper, go smoke a cigarette,
Come
and come
back.
back to his room. And we're like, no, dude, you sign the paper, you go smoke your
out.
cigarette, your room is being cleaned, and somebody else is going in that room.
are people that dumb? Apparently, I guess, huh?
I guess nicotine's one hell of an addiction or something. Because, like,
Is it? Is it though?
I don't know.
What the fuck? I need to change this fucking
yeah.
cord, bro.
Yeah, we do.
It's but yeah, do you is it that bad? Like, just suck it up, bro.
To the point that, like, we have to sit there and have, like, a whole ass argument with the CNA, the nurse, the charge nurse, the fucking AVP of the hospital was in there talking to him about it earlier a couple
Hey, man,
times.
you can't blow up the hospital. It's
Like, do you want to go smoke a cigarette or do you want to get your abdominal pain fixed? Because,
Wow.
buddy, you got so many fucking issues. Your body is yellow. Your eyeballs are the color of that Bojangles cup right now because you got some
Nice.
shit going on. Don't you want to stick around and figure out what's going on, or do you want to go smoke your cigarette?
just a little jaundice never killed anyone.
It does. I was like, dude, come on. And then I said, he kept talking about going to his truck. I said, well, are your cigarettes in your truck? And he said, yeah. And the nurse goes, are you lying? And he said, yeah.
What a cunt.
And I was like, she just asked you if you were lying. And he was like, and I said, yeah.
So he's just
I was
being
like,
an asshole.
okay, asshole. I said, then can you give me your cigarettes? I was like, I'll lock them up. We'll put them at the nurse's station. Like, you can have them when you leave. But
We
like,
can't.
as
get
many
the
times
threats.
as you've made comments about smoking in your room,
Yeah.
like, I'm done.
It's a problem now.
I was
Yeah.
trying to be nice. Like, I was, and I was being nice at first. It's like, okay, I'll let you keep them if you can, like, talk to me and tell me you're gonna, like, keep your shit together. But I didn't say all that.
When we were having our youngest, I brought, and we also didn't know when he was coming, but I had like 2 or 3 cigars with me that I wanted to like smoke to celebrate and
Yeah.
all that. But even then, like, I don't think I did that at all. Like, I did it when I came back home.
You're also not the patient.
Right. So I had freedom to get the fuck out and back in. But like, even then I was like, am I really going to go to the parking deck? to like smoke a cigar.
Oh, because most hospitals are like completely non-smoking campuses at all. So you have to go like, at least at our hospital, you have to go to like the street, the like sidewalk by the street to smoke a cigarette because
I believe that there was a little smoking like area in the parking deck.
Yeah, are you gonna sit in a bench in the parking deck and smoke a cigar by yourself like a creep
for like an hour and a half,
and then come in smelling like smoke and not be able to hold our
I didn't.
premature new? I know, but
I didn't.
But you know, like there are risks and like shit you have to think about and take into account.
Agreed. Which is why I fucking didn't. And
like I got people with like pneumonia and asthma and shit in the hospital. Not this is not directed at you. I'm talking about like this guy.
Little asthma never killed anyone.
If you can't breathe, it's kind of hard to live.
Yeah, I guess we can ask George Floyd then.
Aww.
Too soon.
Too soon.
I'm actually fine.
No, he wasn't. Funny thing is, he was not.
Funny thing, it's not funny.
No, it's not. But
Any hoodles.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. I've been meaning to ask you about this for like weeks, but it hadn't come up. Are aliens? So aliens are real? It's been confirmed now? What do you know about this?
What I know is that every time the Biden crime family gets anything that's discovered against them, historically two things happen. They'll try to indict Donald Trump for some bullshit to distract the public from what's going on with Biden, and they'll mention fucking aliens. They've been doing it for like a few years now.
Really? Okay,
Every
I didn't know
time.
that.
And it's just like, to me, I mean, I think it's dumb to think that we're alone in the universe.
Well, like the poor aliens.
Statistically speaking, there's bound to be some sort of life elsewhere, right? So, like, my personal belief is like, yeah, there's probably intelligent life form elsewhere.
Right. I don't think they look like the little green ghosts. I
don't know. I have no idea what they look like, but I think also that it's very convenient timing wise for those stories to start being released.
That makes sense.
It's kind of like a magician saying, hey, look at this hand. Well, this hand fucking tickles your asshole. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
It's a crazy magician.
Don't
dude.
tickle my butthole.
I mean, look at this hand.
Oh, hey.
See? I'm good with magic.
That was my butthole.
I'm great with magic. That just happened.
Yeah, it did.
No, look at this hand.
Leave my butt alone. That's for a different website.
Yeah, no, I mean, it'd be cool, I think, potentially.
I think the aliens are too smart and they don't want to interact with us mere mortals.
Well, arguably they would be mortal as well, right?
You don't know. Maybe they're immortal. We don't know.
I mean, I guess.
What's an alien's lifespan?
I can't tell you what a fucking octopus lifespan is.
Exactly. We don't know.
But octopus, I think they're aliens. I think they're from somewhere else.
You think octopi are aliens?
I don't think they were originally from here. There's nothing else like them. They're incredibly smart. Like, incredibly smart. To the point that, like, I won't say it's vanity, but there are videos of, like, if you make a mark on an octopus, like their skin, and they see themselves in the mirror, they will actually recognize that there's a mark on them and try to, like, wipe it off and try to change their skin color and stuff because they camouflage like that. As opposed to, I'm pretty sure if I spray paint our dumb fucking dog's face, like any color, they won't fucking recognize that my face is green, you know? Like,
so you think they're aliens to a certain extent?
Could be, man. Like, I also think there's a possibility that, like, mushrooms, the fungi group of mushrooms as a whole, the way they behave, and I don't know what the validity of, like, a spore surviving, entering the atmosphere, given that, like, it's so hot and things burn up. But if there is a spore from a fungi, and that's given the proper attention and the right soil, even if it comes from anywhere else, it would grow, right? So there's no way of knowing what kind of space debris technically has landed here and where it came from, right? Because like mushrooms, they have a network that literally they'll speak, like in quotes, they'll speak to each other from miles away. Because all their connectivity is underground. So mushrooms are also like fungi. They're not really a plant, but kind of a plant. But they breathe oxygen and expel CO2 just like humans do. Plants do the opposite, right?
This is way
take
too
in
much for my
CO2.
brain to comprehend right now.
You asked about aliens, bro.
I know, and
Get
I'm
your fucking leg off me.
No, I like probably my leg up on you.
I don't want anything on me.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, and I read that like the dude was like, oh, do we have like any of the drivers of whatever of the UFOs? And the guy's like, yeah, we've captured a couple dead life forms of or whatever. I don't believe that.
Yeah. There's
But,
still
like,
a lot that we don't know that's been like hiding and not.
And their declassified documents, there was this town, this village, very rural village in Russia, that apparently there was a red orb or something that fell down in the woods. And then, I guess like a year later or something, around the same day, they were visited again, but instead of like one, there were like 3 or 4 lights, and there were shining lights in the mountain where the other one crashed a year prior, as if like it was a rescue mission almost. And then I think like months from then, or another year went by or whatever, and the town apparently reported like 20 or some odd light, like a lot more lights, also looking at the same like location, shining lights and shit that they couldn't explain. So I don't know. But also, like, there are stories about even, like, Roswell. You know, the whole incident in Roswell?
Mm-hmm.
You don't, do you? Then why do you say, you dumb fuck?
I don't want to seem stupid.
Well, be stupid.
Okay, well, then I don't know what you're talking about.
There's an alien crash in Roswell. I think, I don't know the year. But there was a whole cover-up, and they claimed that there was a flying saucer. There was someone in the saucer, and the military apparently took everything away. And that kind of brings about a lot of conspiracies.
Yeah.
And there was a girl that investigated a former KGB spy that said that the USSR back in the day had plans to like cause panic in the US during the Cold War and shit. That part of the plan was to send in like different type of aircraft, but it was still human made, but they would put these deformed like kids.
Aww.
So big heads and shit, you know what I mean? Like physically deformed kids.
Yeah.
Knowing that the fucking thing would crash in hopes that like newspapers would pick it up here and focus on that instead of the war.
Wow.
So it was a disinformation effort, I guess, from the USSR back in the day. That is one of the conspiracy theories. And this guy, he's a former KGB spy. He was like, yeah, that's one of our plans.
Oh, fuck.
And there's no way to say that like the US doesn't do that elsewhere too. So like all those lights in Russia, who's to say it wasn't the US or Britain or whoever?
Right. I guess you had a point.
So there's no way we'll know. There's no way.
I'm feeling very Willy Wonka. There's no knowing where you're going. There's no knowing.
You're a homo.
Isn't that a song he sings?
I don't remember.
Whatever.
But no, I think as of right now, it's just a means of distraction from what's really happening. You're meaning to tell me they found fucking space alien pilots, but they can't find who fucking brought the cocaine into the White House?
Oh, they found it. They just don't want to admit it.
Right. So
like I know who brought the crack in the White House, but I'm
everyone knows.
Just a peon.
You know what I mean? Could it possibly be the son with drug problems? I don't know.
You know that if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a fucking duck.
It seems like it's not. You know, I just believe that he turned a new leaf. So yeah,
Relapse is real, man.
I think you have to actually not do drugs first to relapse, right?
Touche. Too fucking shay.
Is it a relapse if you fucking probably are drugged out of your mind more often than not?
Dude, there was a patient at our hospital that came in for an overdose.
Okay.
And then managed
some more
to
drugs?
sneak more drugs into her room.
That's good.
And then got discharged later on.
So on that, can you discharge him for having drugs? Can you be like, hey, you came in here, you're getting the fuck out of here with the cops?
No, the cops did come and search your room and take it away. Did you know, which I'm not, I mean, I think I know how I feel about this, but
wonderful.
If you overdose if you overdose and they call 911, you can't get in trouble with the police for having drugs because you called for help.
What?
Yeah. Because this patient, she had overdose and they called 911.
Technically, don't you just have drugs, but they're in your system?
Well, and I was talking to my coworkers about this, and one of them was like, hey, I used to work like fire EMS. He said, if you call for help because you overdosed,
They can't punish you for that?
I said, that's bullshit. So you mean to tell me if they walk in and see this person passed out of an overdose, but then there's a table full of
paraphernalia,
drugs, whatever, you can't arrest them or get them in trouble for it?
Maybe not that day, but like you wait a month and come back around.
I mean, probably, but you know, like that's fucked up.
Like, I don't think Beth stopped her meth.
But that's shitty because I feel like that's almost encouraging the overdose.
Why?
Because you say, hey, if
I overdose, I won't get in trouble, but if I don't, I will.
Right. If I'm super baked right here and they walk in, not baked. If I'm super high.
I'm going to say, I don't think it's weed.
If I'm super high right here off crack and they come in, I'm in a shitload of trouble. But if I smoke enough crack to potentially overdose, I'll call them, I'll get Narcan, I'll be fine, and then I don't get in trouble.
Yeah, and it seems like the incentive is a little off.
Right.
I think that the whole thing is like, well, most people that are overdosing are not the ones that are going to call the cops, right?
Right.
Like it's usually someone that's watching them be a fucking idiot.
Right.
That's going to be like, oh my God, let's call the cops and get the fuck out of here or something.
Right.
So I think it's more for that.
I understand that, but like, I feel like if people got in trouble, or at least like some sort of consequence for overdosing, aside from like you get to go to the hospital and get 3 fresh, decent meals and pain meds and whatever medications you need.
Listen, I think they should be, I guess, treated for whatever the fuck they need.
Yeah.
And as soon as that Band-Aid is on pretty good, you ship them the fuck off to like rehab. Like it should be non-negotiable.
There should be some sort of consequence. Like
It
you
should
need
be
to go to a rehab,
non-negotiable.
go to a detox,
or jail.
Go
Like
to jail
they should give you an option. Be like, hey man, you gonna do fucking drugs be gone or fucking pound me in the ass? What is it?
Right.
You know, I think
like there should be something. Because otherwise, then they're going to feel like, oh, it's fine. I do whatever the fuck I want. And I won't get in trouble because they're going to call because I overdosed. And I'll
be fine because I overdosed. I think it's probably intended to be more like the Good Samaritan laws, you know, that encourages like first responders to actually act and they can't be sued.
Yeah.
But it's fucking ridiculous that we have to regulate helpful behavior.
Right, like I can't just be a good person to be a good fucking person. Like,
bro,
it has to be.
When a buddy of mine, like his mom in high school, did the Heimlich on someone in public, cracked his fake ribs or floating ribs, which usually will happen.
Yeah.
And got sued because this was like before Good Samaritan laws in I believe in Jersey.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I had a burp.
Immediately, like that makes me think like. I would never say that like I'm a first responder. Like people can literally die around me. I'm not getting sued.
Well, like that's why I don't have anything on my car or in my car that identifies me as a nurse.
So you don't have to help people?
Well, no. So that like I can't get in fucking trouble for not helping somebody.
I'm off duty, motherfucker.
Because then it gets to a point where like I feel like I'm fucked either way. Like if I stop and help somebody, I could get
Which is
sued,
it, Spits or swallows?
right?
You know,
I could go help somebody out of the kindness of my heart, and if I say, "Hey, I'm a nurse," and like I get fucked if something goes wrong. But then if I don't help, I also get fucked for not helping.
not helping. Yeah.
Fucking thing sucks.
Yep. So there is nothing on my car or on my person that identifies me as a nurse.
Yeah. No. I. People suck. Even when you're literally trying to help them, for them to turn around and sue you.
It's ridiculous. People are shitty.
You should. That nurse should have free open shots to your ribs. After that, be like, you can sue her, that's fine, and she will be financially responsible for paying you. But guess what? First of all, we're gonna tie your hands up.
We're gonna make it worth it.
Yeah, we're gonna tie your hands up. So nice open area around your ribs, and she has about 5 minutes to just go to town. We'll give her maybe 4-ounce gloves to give the impression of padding. But like, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's and the
that was crazy.
balls,
I heard
dude.
that.
The fucking balls that like you could either be dead potentially or like, yeah, does this suck? Are you gonna not breathe well for a little bit because your ribs are broken? Yeah, but the alternative is death.
Is death.
So, like, you wouldn't be breathing at all. You gave me the Heimlich once, remember? Kind of.
Whatever. Fuck
And then
you.
you also tried to kill me. So
I did not.
It's kind of
You
nice
shouldn't
that
have
you
gone
did
back
the
for
Heimlich.
seconds. You shouldn't have gone back for seconds.
You should learn how to fucking cook.
They were delicious first time around.
Yeah.
I haven't made salmon patties since.
It is true. They were a little dry.
A little bit. You shouldn't have got seconds.
They were a little dry. And then I went in for seconds to like show my wife that I care about her
I just remember
cooking.
I was on the couch and you got up and got seconds, and I was like, "What? He's taking forever. Why is he being so quiet?" And I turn around, you're hovering over the sink like,
Listen, man.
not breathing.
Listen. Yeah, but it
And I'm like,
worked.
"Fuck!" And then I tried to go, and I'm like, "You're too tall. I can't reach you."
Do it live. Fuck it.
I think you squatted, and
I squatted and then I also like put the mouth of my stomach against the island leading up to
when
the
you
sink.
squatted, my hand was there better.
And I think the sink, also the fact that you were able to push me into the sink.
Whatever. It was me. It wasn't the sink.
Okay.
I saved your life, bitch. I saved your life.
You also almost took it away. So
You almost took it away. I didn't shove the salmon patties down your esophagus.
listen, if Walter White makes some ricin and someone eats that ricin,
It's their fault for eating it.
who killed who? This isn't a who rescued who situation. Okay?
I'm gonna get a magnet for the back of my car that says "Who rescued who," and then put a fucking picture of your face right there instead of a dog.
Is that how we're playing?
Who
it?
saved who?
Is that how we're playing?
Adopt, don't shop.
I'm gonna get a motorcycle
No, the fuck you're not.
and then I'm gonna get a nice
Fucking death
leather
trap.
jacket and it's gonna say, if you can read this, the fat bitch fell off.
That's
So-
fine.
Lord.
Yeah, fuck off. I lost 3 pounds this week. I'm about to gain it all back with the drinks and the Bojangles tonight.
Good job.
Yeah, the drinks and the Bojangles tonight are not helping, but you know
We
what?
fucking need it, bro. There was a fucking tornado on
Fuck
Monday.
it. Yeah, there
There's
was.
literally a fucking tornado on Monday, which I guess we haven't gotten to.
Yeah, our fence
but-
got fucking destroyed. Our glass outdoor table got destroyed.
A lot of things.
Our pool got destroyed, which
About time. Fuck that white trash shit. Whatever. Above ground pools are fucking white trash.
it wasn't a permanent fixture, and it was something that kept our kids occupied over the summer.
It's still white trash.
Suck a dick.
Trash, trash, trash.
When we get land, I'm
trash,
getting a
trash,
bigger one. It's going to stay up longer.
Trash, 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 trash.
When we get
Trash,
land,
trash,
I'm
trash,
getting a
trash,
bigger one. It's going to stay
trash,
up longer.
trash, trash,
I'll fucking kill you.
You all heard it here first. That's my nipple, bitch.
Yeah, it was.
No,
Pinch
so
it off next time.
whole side of our fence is fucking
Gone.
jacked and gone. Our dumb fucking neighbors. Oh, this was a little nice. The self-satisfaction that I felt from years ago. And you know where I'm going
Oh
with
my
this.
word.
So we have this neighbor.
3 boxes.
Yeah. we have this neighbor that like, how do I put this? He's like, he definitely is a one-upper.
Yeah, I was gonna
for
say he
no
always has to
reason.
one up everybody.
He is very like, no one enjoys his company, but we all kind of tolerate it to be an okay neighborhood.
He told me he missed your weekly breakfast. This is the other day.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll keep missing me because I ain't fucking volunteering for that shit. No, so he's a little annoying, and by a little I mean a lot.
It's because he hates his wife and can't stand to spend time inside with her.
Yeah, but I think there's more to it. There's
and-
more to it because his personality just sucks. Some people's personality just suck, and like the one upper, that's a fucking shitty personality.
It's so annoying.
So,
especially because like in our neighborhood, like we're all doing okay for ourselves.
Yeah.
And like every time somebody gets something new, he's like,
dude,
I got the same thing, just like a hair better or
not even
better.
So like, and when we say that, it's like we're not allowed to pretty much buy anything for any of our kids because his shitty fucking Down syndrome kid is gonna throw a tantrum, which she has multiple fucking times.
The one that really got me was the trampoline.
The trampoline and the hoverboard from the other neighbor.
Yeah.
Where like, so the hoverboard was a few years after the trampoline. I'll go back to the trampoline. But the hoverboard, our neighbor's middle kid, literally had just opened the gift.
Yeah.
Morning of Christmas.
Yeah.
Comes outside. The fucking retarded old sperm fucking failed experiment that is our other neighbor's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Literally walked up to the other middle kid and be like, I want to play with that. And she's like, well, I just fucking got it for Christmas, so no. Why are you crying, bitch?
I'm not.
What's wrong with your eye? Do you want to cry for real?
No.
Okay. So anyway, then she threw a fucking tantrum.
Right.
Because she didn't have one. And then a day or two later, she has to have one.
The same fucking thing happened with the trampoline.
The trampoline, but the trampoline, what pisses me off more, get the fuck off my nuts, bro.
We're in a small space, bitch.
You're never like this. And I've literally just rolled with people for like 2 hours. I don't want to have anyone on me.
I'm so sorry. I will sit like this and hope it doesn't fuck up our sound.
Can you sit by the door, actually? Will it reach? Oh, you're really doing this. Just squat. It will help your thighs. Sit your ass down, bro. Oh, okay. Now you're going to make a mess. That's good.
All right, now. The seat's more comfy anyways, bitch.
Whatever, bitch. So anyway, the trampoline thing. Christmas Day, me and you are putting together a trampoline in our backyard. Took us a few days because it was cold as hell.
Yeah, it was so cold.
And you're not going to sit. I guess we have a few minutes. Anyway.
Yeah, I am.
So he cornered me as I'm taking out trash that day to say, oh, man, like, you know, I can't believe it. Ever since you put up the fucking trampoline, really wants to, like, you know, she just really wants one now and this and that. And not even a week after Christmas, bro. Our kids are not even allowed to enjoy their gift. He once again corners me as I'm pulling in from work, which is one of the worst times that you can do that. Let me fucking chill for like 30 minutes to an hour. Then maybe we can talk.
Well, like that's a bad time for anybody, but especially you.
Because I don't give a like I really don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, like right.
It's and then for him to come to me and the question, like, you know, when it's a loaded question, and there are always loaded questions from him.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, your trampoline, how many boxes did it come in? And I was like, I don't know, 2.
I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Right? It took me a while to even like what
comprehend what the fuck he was legit asking.
And then he wanted to literally brag that his trampoline came in 3 boxes versus 2.
It's so ridiculous.
Meanwhile,
like I
fast
can't
forward
even.
to this past Monday, his 3-box piece of shit fucking trampoline snapped in half and flew over our fence.
It sure did. And our state's in the
Ours
same
did
place.
not fucking move at all.
Nope, sure didn't.
Should have gotten one from 2 boxes there, buddy.
2 boxes for the win, bruh.
Yeah, so like, forgive me if I don't want to have breakfast with someone like that. That's just
It's
going to
just
complain about his
ridiculous.
fucking wife or whatever the fuck she is.
I don't even know. What
She's
their
still alive? I haven't seen her.
Saw her at open house the other day.
She is alive. I just
Yeah.
assumed he
And I
murdered
said the
her.
same thing. I was like, I didn't even know you were alive. And she's like, yeah, I'm just kind of a hermit.
I guess she can't really hang herself.
Okay.
She needs a lot of fucking support beams.
Really strong rope.
That too. Or a chain. Maybe we can buy her a chain.
Maybe.
Um,
We'll start
but
preparing
no.
for Christmas.
Yeah, so there will not be fucking... Oh, dude. So yeah, as his fucking trampoline, I saw it fly over her fucking fence on that side. That fence, I'm still gonna have the guy walk around. I don't think it took any fucking damage on that
There's
side.
like a teeny tiny chip off the top on that side. The tiniest
Then-
bit.
Okay, we're also gonna claim that on insurance. I don't
Yeah,
give a
yeah,
shit.
for sure.
But like, it's also, I don't do very well with nosy people, and I feel like I cannot pull into my driveway ever. Someone is always fucking like, as soon as they see my truck, it's always something,
Well, and there's a
and I
difference
don't
too
care
between
what
like
it is.
being nosy because you care and because you're worried about the other person.
I don't think that's it.
No, I'm saying there's a difference in that and like just being nosy for the hell of it because you're bored and
Right.
have nothing else better
Say,
to do.
hey, I'll pick up my... He tried to make a joke out of it as like the fucking bottom is falling out of our fucking
As
house.
it's a
and
tornado and
I'm literally seeing my backyard get destroyed. I'm literally watching destruction.
as I'm driving to pick up the kids and calling you freaking out. So you're already like
Dude,
massively stressed out.
And I kind of feel bad for like how I slightly freaked out on you too. But when you called me in the middle, and again, I don't know how far away you were.
Not far.
My mind is going, why are you not focusing on the fucking road? And what the fuck can I do for you? Because like,
You can talk to me, and that way, if I get pulled away by a tornado,
I would know.
you would know.
I'd rather find out from the cops
That's
than
rude.
literally hear you fucking on the phone being
You can
pulled
come
and
find
died.
me then, so I can be like, "Oh shit, this is about to happen," and I was close enough that you could have come and saved me from the tornado.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
So I told you to suck it up and fucking pay
Yeah,
attention
it
to what
was
you were
not
doing,
nice.
and you got mad at me. But I still stand by that. Fucking pay attention to what you're doing.
I was paying
Not me.
attention. You were on Bluetooth.
Suck on these blue balls, bitch. But anyway, no. So then his fucking text messages are also coming through with like little jokes. And I literally just said, hey man, not very fucking happy right now. Not a good time.
Right.
So then he left me alone or whatever. I think the next day I was having a stogie outside with the other neighbors. And once again, he had to fucking come out of his goddamn cave. Literally like beeline to me.
He
And
loves
then
you.
just goes, hey man, what kind of damage are we talking about?
Oh my god.
And I looked him in the eye and be like, do I look like I want to talk about that right now?
Well, like you're not an adjuster or assessor
Like,
or whatever. Like you don't
Also,
know.
like, are you paying for my bill?
Right. It's none of your
If so,
beeswax.
yeah, sure, I'll give you a fucking itemized fucking bill. But if you're not paying for my bill, I fail to understand how the fuck that's any of your concern.
I will kindly ask you to fuck right off.
That's kind of what I did. I was just like, I'm not in the fucking mood to do this. Yeah, there's no way you can sit. Just come sit in your seat.
I'm coming. It's because
That's what she said.
fuck off.
Anyway. So yeah, so
Fuck
I
off.
shot him right the fuck down immediately then.
Yeah,
Because
understandably so.
I don't have the patience anymore. And I don't know, man. Make another friend. Go have breakfast.
Make another friend.
It's and I felt I didn't feel bad because like the annoyance is just so overpowering that it's hard to feel bad.
Yeah.
But like when all the shenanigans was happening between him and his fat fucking pig wife, I don't know, like he was just oversharing a lot of shit to
He
where
did that
like
the first time he met you guys. He was oversharing and talking about how she eats her feelings. Like he basically called her
we didn't
fat.
even know her. We had not even met her. And he's
No.
like, I have a fat fucking girlfriend.
Basically, the first day y'all even met, he was like, "Yeah, she eats her feelings."
Had we known, we probably should have fucking tried to sabotage that sale.
Yeah, for sure.
But he seemed nice before
Yeah.
the fucking craziness just seeped out of him. You know?
I don't know. I want to say he has good intentions, but sometimes I'm like, no, there's no good intention in that.
He's a keeping up with the Joneses fucking one-upper. Like,
Absolutely.
that's one of the most, like, one of my uncles is exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I choose not to have a relationship because, like, it just drives me nuts. And I'd rather just not put myself through that. Be like,
understandably so.
bro, there was a year, I remember we were kind of struggling. I was already living on my own. I went back home to spend Christmas with like my mom and my brother. And like when I say my brother, my mom and I, we're pretty light on cash that year. So like we kind of like didn't do a lot of like gifts and stuff, you know? And my uncle and his family and my aunt, who, you know, she's nice, but like
with him,
she doesn't stand up for herself, never has,
right?
You know, as a pushover. So like I hold her equally as accountable. And then when my cousin was also alive, which I'll try not to say anything bad, but I have nothing good to say. They literally saved like when you're going over someone's house for Christmas, like generally I would say most people exchange the expensive gifts between like the inner family.
Yeah.
On their own fucking time.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't need to be a show
for
everyone else.
Absolutely.
Broski, when I tell you like they came over to show off, like, was it a Mercedes that my aunt was driving at the time? It was a brand new Mercedes that he had just bought. And then something else, like, knowing that we're struggling, like, financially, I don't think they gave us anything. Like, I may have gotten, like, a shitty shirt or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Don't flaunt that shit around.
Exactly.
And it's always been like that. It's always a weird competition to where, like, my shit's better. Yeah, except he's losing his fucking mind now, which is hilarious. I don't have to deal with it, so fucking lose your mind away, buddy.
No.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Anyway, like he's nice now because he lost his daughter. Like we're gonna forget fucking years of him being just a tool.
Total asshole,
that. And she fucking did it to herself, so I have a hard time feeling that. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't fucking do drugs. But anyway, anyway. So yeah, like shit like that kind of personality really drives me over the edge, and I'm not about to voluntarily give you my time.
Yeah, no.
When I don't have that much time to give as it is with 3 kids and all the activities we do.
Right.
You know? So I don't give a fuck. Do you want to watch one video and we'll close it out?
You want to pick one of the random Instagram videos I have with no links?
No, I want to do 2 videos.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do happy birthday. And then let's do Dante is gone.
Okay.
So the first one, it's Brazilian police force in Brazil. Apparently you can't arrest people under 18 in Brazil.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a blanket statement or if you can't be arrested for certain things.
There's like a stipulation to it, maybe.
Right. So they catch this thief on his 18th birthday. It's like, welcome to the police station. Let's sing about happy birthday. Describe what you're saying.
There's a guy sitting at, I guess, in a police station. A little kid, not a little kid, an 18-year-old kid. Sitting at a police station eating like a cake or some kind of pastry and a 2 liter of Coke, a liter of cola.
You know what's kind of fucked? I bet you that cake is fucking delicious.
I bet it is.
But anyway, so querida, muitas felicidades, muitos anos de vida.
Happy birthday.
No
to
candles,
you.
though. No candles for him
No.
to make a wish. And
So
I
he
would
can't
imagine,
wish-
I would imagine his wish is like, can I go?
To not be arrested right now.
I wish to not be here.
It's happening.
And he claps for himself.
Hey.
And then he says, the first piece is for the victim. All right, a little piece for the victim. And I don't think they have plates, so they put it in like a cup. That's the piece that's going to his victim. And the
This guy
guy,
could be like
the
pouring
guy,
out for the homies.
so the guy that was the victim, you hear him saying, he's like, bro, I don't even fucking want that, but I'll take it. And then he goes, your mom's right there, cut her a piece, give it to your mom. And then he goes, let go of my knife, because that's for me, not for you. So yeah.
Poor guy.
So what a happy birthday, man.
That's funny. They're waiting for his 18th birthday. Like, we got you.
Literally wait for like
the next couple
we've-
minutes. You're just
all
going to
right,
hang right here and eat some cake.
2 more months, we'll buy him a cake. It'll be good.
He'll be good. It's fine.
Fucking Brazilian police, bro. Happy birthday. And then Dante. Okay, so what do you see? This is Dante.
There's a man next to like a mud wall, and the thing says, I would have quit right there.
Okay. You see anything else in the mud? No?
No?
Okay. So let's. You see what he's doing? He's
No.
he's tightening something, and there's a pipe right there.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want it to pop off on you there, Dante.
You don't want it to pop off, Dante. Dante
Oh,
gets up
jeez.
to get a little more force, better leverage.
It's almost like this
Drilling.
palm to the face.
What do you think's gonna happen?
It's probably going to explode.
What's gonna explode?
Whatever he's drilling right now.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Get out of there, Dante.
Get out of there,
Get out of
Dante.
there, Dante. I think he would if he could.
Dude,
Jeez.
That's cool. Huh? There's Dante.
look at how he
Yeah, you don't want it to
flies
pop
off,
on
though.
you there, Dante.
It's like, you don't want to pop that off, Dante.
It's almost like this palm.
Calm down, Dante. Dante, come on. Kaboom.
Damn.
His whole shirt came up and everything.
Get out of there, Dante.
Get out of there, Dante.
Get out of there, Dante. Like, come on. He would if he could.
So yeah, so that's what we got. 2 videos today. Nothing crazy.
We got a lot more.
We've
more.
been building up, but like shit has kind of happened the last couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather just talk.
For sure.
But yeah, so HOA fucking tornadoes.
Yeah,
Kids started school this week.
they did.
So I'm sure there will be more to talk about there. I started boxing this week.
Nice, nice.
That was fun. And then today, Brody and we rolled with gloves on.
Okay.
So we did jujitsu with boxing gloves on,
Okay.
which like really fucking sucks for grips.
I'm
But,
sure because
like,
you can't.
As
do
you get
anything
someone in the bottom, you can really fucking get them to move by like just punching them in
because
the
they
ribs.
don't have the grips.
Well, no, you force them to move by punching them. Like, it's like you're not gonna sit in
Yeah,
side
that
control.
works too.
You know, you're gonna want to fucking get the fuck out of there if you're getting hit in the ribs in the face. But then I forget that like I'm in my mid 30s, and I'm pretty sure Brody's like 19 or 20, so he does not get tired.
Not as young as you used to be,
And-
babe.
No, not quite. And he's also like a fucking amazing wrestler.
Yeah.
You know, so like he doesn't quite know the jujitsu yet, but he's a great grappler, and he's going back to college. So we're losing a good one until all the breaks and shit.
Till summer break, probably, or fall break, or whatever's next.
Yeah, and he keeps on inviting me and Matt to go up there.
Yeah.
and train with him on weekends and stuff.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Boone is not too far. We
Mm-mm.
can make that happen.
Yeah.
That's what I
We've done
told
it
him
before.
today. He was like hanging around a little bit,
No.
and it was me. It was his last day with us today. It was me, Hudson, Sean, and Brody,
Mhm.
and this other guy, Chris. But Chris had left, And bro, we kind of suspected that he was gonna do something like this, but like he kind of goes like, "Hey, so like, can any of you guys like get me any stuff?"
Oh my gosh.
And
Jeez Louise.
Sean's like, "How did I know you were gonna fucking ask us
Jeez
that?"
Louise.
And I was like, "I got kids, man. I can't be doing shit like that.
No.
You gotta find. I like you, but you gotta find someone else."
Jeez.
But yeah, I don't know what ended up happening with that. But it's kind of funny, like, because I remember not being 21,
Yeah.
and I probably would have shot my shot. You know, like I don't judge them or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
for
just like
effort.
I can't. I couldn't do it. And I was like, I'm not against it, you know, especially if you're just going to go home and fucking, you know, drink, play some video games or whatever. Like, I don't give a shit. But
eat
like,
some munchies, take a nap. It's fine.
I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
But
Poor
anyway,
kid.
he will be missed. I hope he comes through for any breaks he's got.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, that's kind of what I got for this week.
All right.
Anything else you want to talk or hear or anal tonight?
No,
All
thank
right.
you. No, thank you.
Well, guys, I'm gonna get myself some anal tonight.
No, you're not.
And
Finger up your butt.
excuse me. Do I have to do my magic trick again?
Would you like a finger up your butt? Nope, I'm sitting down square on my butt.
Watch his hand. Watch his hand. Watch his hand. You're not watching the
You're
hand.
not getting up there.
You're not watching the hand. Watch the hand.
You goober. Yeah.
What happened?
My booby's hanging out now.
I know. Magic tricks. Different kinds of tricks. You ho. But anyway, we'll see you cunts next Tuesday.
Yes, bitch. See you next week. Period.
I love you, ho.
Love you, bitch.
That's fucking illegal. I'm getting stupid looks.
You uncultured swine!
I don't like your jerk off name. I don't like your jerk off face. I don't like your jerk off behavior. And I don't like you jerk off. All conceptions of time are lost in the hour of death awaits. The profit of life is soon to consume you and your